What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes. That was better. What's up, everybody?
There it is.
I'm going to leave that. Yeah, fuck, we're going to do it a third time. Here we go. Reset. I'm leaving this all in, too. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes, episode 142. Gang is all here. Gang will be here for the foreseeable future, I feel like, because there's important things going on in Patriots world. Gentlemen, we are 4 Sundays away from football. Real football that means something. You know, not
4 Sundays. This still feels like a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's like the Scott Hansen. It's the Scott Hansen NFL Red Zone commercial, right? It's like football, like actual emphasis on football.
Seriously. Oh my god, I can't wait though. I'm all jazzed up about it. I'm in a fantasy league now. I'm in with Liam.
Yeah,
I'm in the league, so that's
draft is Sunday at 8:00.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? I'm going to be driving back from South Carolina, so I'm going to be mouthing off to my co-pilot and have her.
Yeah, you're like you're going to be like, this fucking asshole took Jalen Hurts. I wanted Jalen Hurts.
Never. The thing is, I never do a bunch of like intense scouting for fantasy. I just do it, and it
really. I couldn't tell by the way you were terrible last year.
I am always good at. Yeah, this isn't a fantasy episode. But episode 142, we're here. Any housekeeping stuff? Housekeeping. Anything you guys want to get off your chest before we talk about what we're here to talk about?
You guys know what I'm here to talk about.
Okay. All right. But before we get into,
that could be a couple different things.
It could. You're gonna hear about it from all of them.
Before we get into anything kind of exciting going on, we got to talk about what just happened. So Patriots preseason game, they won. Does not mean shit, but
a resounding tone-setting victory that sets the benchmark for the season.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, about that.
Sets the benchmark. Jacoby Brissett did not complete a pass. He attempted 3. Drake May played for 7 snaps, and then it was the Bailey Zappi and Joe Milton show. So Liam, you will get your time. Okay. We're going to start with what everybody's talking about. Chad Ryland did really well. I'm just kidding. That's not what anybody's talking about. Although, you know who did have a good game? Bryce Behringer did. Punter, all-pro, Pro Bowler. He's going to make it this year. We got a weapon on special teams. But Drake May, 1 drive, 7 snaps. He was, 2 for 3, 3 for 4, something like that.
Behringer did have 3 punts inside the 20.
He's really fucking good, you guys. Like, I'm not just like pulling this out of my ass. He's a very good punter. So like that, it's a good thing. The Chad Ryland stuff is different. He's got a battle with Joey Sly. I don't know. But Bryce Behringer is the guy. He's a very good punter. And I know how to say his name. So I'm going to say it so fucking much this year. So much.
Only took you 1 season.
But I got it. That's all that matters. But yeah, Drake May, 7 snaps. Obviously a lot of people wanted to see more. I'm going to be honest with you. 2 drives into Bailey Zappi's thing. I shut it off. I caught up on MasterChef. That's what I'm watching right now. So I was like, fuck this. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You missed the best part.
I watch highlights. I know. We'll talk about your
the highlights don't do it justice. So was that 2 of 3 for 19 yards from Drake May?
It sounds about right.
Like great. That blow it wide open for you. Like this is
so dude, we we're gonna talk, and I don't even give a shit about the game. This is more of a quarterback thing, but overall thoughts about Drake May only playing 1 drive. And I should preface this. Gerard Mayo, head coach, obviously, did say that he was going to play more this week against the Eagles. Makes sense. But
you guys had that hilarious joke. Now he's gonna throw the ball 3 times or some shit like that. He's gonna throw the ball 6 times.
Just double-digit snaps. That's all I want. How do you guys feel about Drake May only playing 7 snaps? I'm not going to ask how you feel about him because I don't think that 1 drive is enough to be like, he's the quarterback of the future. But what do you guys think about Drake May only playing?
It's weird, right? Weird. Just a little weird. Yeah. Every other quarterback played a fuck ton. Michael Penix played a ton. Bo Nix played a ton.
Threw 4 picks, right? Didn't Bo Nix throw 4 picks?
No,
Is
Bo
he the
Nix
one who
crushed
threw
it.
four? JJ
No,
McCarthy threw 4 picks.
no, JJ McCarthy crushed it too. Who
Stetson
did
Bennett
throw?
threw 4 picks.
Stetson
There
Yeah,
we
it
go.
was
Bennett.
I
Stetson
fucking
Bennett.
get to him. But sorry,
There
I'm sorry.
we
Keep
go.
going. I didn't know that was
Yeah.
gonna take so fucking long to
But
get.
yeah,
to
no,
the picks.
just truly, I only have the one word for it. Just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say disappointing because let's think about this. What were we talking about for months on this podcast and what everyone else was talking about?
Joe
The
Milton.
draft. The draft. And what was everyone talking about? Jaden Daniels and Drake May. Those were the two names that always came up, right? Those are the 2
Mhm.
names that we were battling back and forth against. I know I wanted Jaden Daniels. He didn't follow the Patriots, so they took Drake May. Okay, cool, whatever.
Mhm.
This is the future of your franchise. If you want some fans to get in the stands and you want guys that are going to
Fans
get
get in the
season tickets
stands.
again, yeah, you need fans in the stands to be able to
You're
actually
rhyming. You're rhyming. Yeah, you were doing that last
Yeah.
episode too.
I know,
Little
poet, and I
Dr.
just don't
Seuss
know it.
rhymes over here.
Rhyme anytime. But again, you need to make sure that you are doing everything in your power to exposing the fan base as to what you can expect for the future. He didn't have to play a whole half, like you guys were saying. Play 3-4 series. Just get 3-4 series in there.
Something, right?
Something. And you saw, check down Charlie because the rush was coming. He threw a screen pass, and then he had another check down. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Bailey Zappi's in the game. It's like, but why? We know what Bailey Zappi can do. My thought is they obviously pre-planned what they were having for Brissett and for Drake May, and they needed someone to eat up a chunk of time. So that's where Bailey Zappi fell into play. And then Joe Milton, I give Joe Milton credit. Joe Milton looked good. He really did.
He did. He looked really good.
against third and fourth stringers. Did you guys care?
I'm sorry, I can't take you seriously, Harry Potter. You want to lose those fucking things?
Did you guys care that Jacoby Brissett only played one drive? I didn't see many people talking about it.
I could have used a little more. Like, it's not like if Jacoby Brissett goes down, the season's fucking lost. Like, it's not like Aaron Rodgers for the Jets last year. Like,
Right.
give me something. Like, I talked about it last show. Give me a corner route. Throw it to the sideline. Give me like a perfectly feathered pass over the middle. Like, give me something. Like,
yeah, I get that.
Nothing. Not one.
Do you guys think that the rain had anything to do with not playing? Not Brissett, because I think Brissett's thing is set in stone. Brissett set in stone. Look at us.
The rain wasn't even that bad. Like, I live close to the stadium. It wasn't that bad.
No, right? I don't think so. What I saw people saying about Drake May, and obviously, like we've all said here, you want to see him play. You're excited to see him. That was the one thing I'm excited about seeing. I think when we were talking about it a couple episodes ago or last episode. It's like, what are you looking forward to? I just want to see him play. But I get what just to play devil's advocate, because I think we're all upset that he didn't play, or annoyed or frustrated, let down, whatever words you want to use.
Disgruntled.
I get not playing him behind a shitty offensive line. Like I saw a couple of people talking about that, but it's like, you got to play him because you're not going to play him with the ones in practice. Because obviously Jacoby Brissett is your number one guy right now. So if you're going to play it, like, he's going to have to play behind shoddy offensive line play at some point. So like, I don't know. Like, it just seemed like the perfect time to get him in there. And honestly, it was bad weather. So even if he didn't play well or did kind of overthrow some people or whatever, you could look to the weather and kind of be like, well, it was rainy. So I don't know. The one thing I found funny, we're all pumped for Drake May to play in this game, right? Last week, all pumped. Here we go. He's going to play number 10. Fuck Mac Jones, new 10. We're in it, all this stuff. He plays for one drive. If that is not the most Belichick thing I've ever seen,
100%.
Like, the man, you can take Belichick out of New England, but you can't take the New England out of the Bella. You can take Belichick away from New England, but you can't.
New England
what I'm
away
saying
from Bill Belichick.
Yeah, but we're not even talking. See, it's not a good thing. But you guys know what I'm saying, though. It seemed like such a Bill Belichick thing. I don't know. It sucked, but I don't look deeper into it other than just like, yeah, it sucked. I guess we'll see him, next game. Which we now, if he plays 2 drives, 3 drives this next game, then we'll have some actual bitching to do. But for right now, it's like, okay, whatever. Put Bailey Zappi out there, get Joe Milton in. I'm excited to see Drake May play. Yeah, those are my real thoughts on him. Before we let Liam go, Al, did you have anything else you want to talk about with Drake May or the quarterback? So I guess any other like thing you wanted to talk about for the first game?
If the quarterback situation has proven anything, it's that the depth chart should be Jacoby Brissett, Drake May, and Joe Milton. Bailey
100%.
Zappi showed that he should not be on this football team.
Nope.
There was, I don't know if you guys saw, but I think it was the third quarter. There was a pass down the left sideline, and he underthrew his receiver by a good 5 to 7 yards. Like, it wasn't even close. And I tried to look at the replay, and I was like, did that ball get tipped at the line of scrimmage? Someone get a hand on it? No, it was just a bad pass. But again, we all know.
To be fair, his offensive line was shit. It was terrible. He's not good, but his offensive line was really bad.
Yeah.
Yes, his offensive line was really bad. Yes, that I can agree with. However, the throws that he had a somewhat clean pocket and could actually step up and throw wasn't impressive.
No.
I'm hoping that after the Commanders game, Bailey Zappi gets the boot and they just move on from that chapter because he should not be here. The Patriots are not going to carry 4 quarterbacks. And honestly, if you ask me right now, who would I rather have as an emergency quarterback, Joe Milton or Bailey Zappi? I'm going to take Joe Milton because of the potential factor and because of
obviously. I'd take the 2 Panthers quarterbacks.
I wouldn't.
I would
Actually, yeah.
Okay. First of all, Jake Luton's the man, and the other Panthers quarterback was Jake Plummer's son.
Mike, do you think Liam's just being a troll at this point? I feel
No,
like
I'm being completely serious.
Bad player.
Jake Luton's actually awesome. No, I'm serious. Jake Luton's awesome. You guys don't remember that run he had when he started for Jacksonville? Him and DJ Chark?
I am not letting you get off 10 more seconds of fucking Jake
Luton. The Snake Plummer.
To finish my thought, though, but to finish my thought, yes, Bailey Zappi should not be in a Patriots uniform for that much longer. And I'll give Joe Milton credit. Yes, it was against 3rd and 4th string, guys, but he actually did something with his opportunity. So credit to him. He actually did something.
He did. Liam, before I let you go on Joe Milton, Kayshon Boutte, guys, where are you on him? He said, what was yesterday? That he expects to make the team. He also he did look good in the game, and I guess he's kind of looked good at practice too. So he's doing what he needs to do, but he very much is on the bubble because, like, other than you got Pop Douglas, the 2 rookies, which you assume they're going to make the team, KJ Osborne, Jalen Reagor probably.
I keep forgetting about KJ Osborne.
So do I, but I remember now because I was just looking at the list. So you got to think that Boutte is the one on the bubble with Tyquan Thornton and whoever else you got on there. Like I would love for him to make the team because Liam, especially you and I, we were big on Boutte coming into it.
Huge Boutte guys,
but he very much fell off. Where do you guys land on him right now? Because we know that he impressed a little bit, but do you think he's going to make the team or not? I don't. I'll just say it right. I think he's going to.
I could see it all over Al's face right there. Al's like,
I think he does. I think he makes the team as the last wide receiver because I think Jalen Reagor is going to be more of a special teams guy and not as much with the offense.
I hope so.
Look at what he did in Buffalo last year. And then I think Tyquan Thornton's the odd man out. I mean, again, it's the same problems every year with Tyquan Thornton. He gets separation.
Was he an injury scratch last game?
No, he played. He
played a little bit, yeah.
I'm not buying on him. No. Yeah, he gets separation, but he can't bring in passes and he can't stay on the field. So if you can't do the 2 things you need to do, which is be on the field and actually do your job, then how are you gonna keep a job in the NFL? You can't. So I think by default, I think Boutte's gonna make it as a backup wide receiver. Like he'll probably play. If there's, let's just say 80 snaps in a game, maybe he plays 15 to 20, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Liam, where are you on him?
I think he has to. Obviously, you and me very much favor Boutte.
Love it.
The upside is just so big. And that's what we talked about last year. Like it's just such a bodacious, supple upside that you just can't take your eyes off it. And really, the ability for him to just pop.
I like it.
No,
I like it.
but in
I
all
want to see how
seriousness,
much further you go.
like
What else do you have
I
to
was
throw
gonna
I was
in there?
say
trying,
you
I lost
sicken
it,
me. You
I
sicken
lost
me.
it. But no, like I'm biased. I saw him play live, and he fucking destroyed Auburn when I saw him, and he was sick all throughout his college career. When they got him, we all flipped out that it was a steal of the draft, and he couldn't get his feet in bounds and never saw the fucking field again after that.
Oh God.
And I just feel like there's so much lingering in the organization where it's like every training camp they see him and he seems to play well. And then he only had very short time in the regular season. It wasn't great. So just the upside there, just the fact that you could lose this guy to somebody else and heaven forbid he goes to Carolina or some other team and ends up being sick, that would just be a huge disservice when it's only his second year. He has a year up on Taekwon, 2 years up on Taekwon
Two
Thornton, is
years.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
two
Yeah,
years on
because Thornton was
Taekwon
out a whole
Thornton.
year, wasn't he, at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
second
he's
year,
been
first
out
year or something.
basically every year. But
Small risks.
yeah, so like he's got either a 1 or 2 year advantage on Thornton. The upside just screams, why would you get rid of this guy?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do hope he makes it, but if I'm thinking about it, I think he's going to be like that bubble guy where, the fans want him on there. He's saying all the right things, then he doesn't. He gets dropped and picked up by the Chiefs by like week
Yeah.
7 or something off the practice squad, but who knows?
Yeah.
All right,
Kill
Liam, you got
myself.
we can't stay forever on this.
Okay.
And there will
I'll
be
be quick.
pushback on some of your takes, but
There won't be. There shouldn't
give
be.
us your opening Skip Bayless soliloquy
Okay.
on
Here we
Joe
go.
Milton the third, Bazooka Joe, as he's known around here. Go.
Well, let me paint the scene.
Here we go.
August 8th, the year of our Lord
Oh,
2024, on a dark and stormy day in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The franchise quarterback, the future Hall of Famer they look to carry them into the next dynasty, takes the field. But it's not the guy everyone thinks it is. It's the sixth round pick, Joe Milton III, out of the University of Tennessee in Knoxville.
Whoa.
Joe Milton, baller. I mean, like instantly from the second he comes in, I'm off my couch, no longer watching Bailey Zappi just stink up the fucking joint and make a mockery of the game that we love. So I'm instantly on my hands and knees on the floor, inches from the television, burning my reticles, staring at the TV as Joe Milton completes his first pass, 5 yards to Javon Baker. I'm automatically stunned. It's a laser. It teleports from Joe Milton's hands right to Javon Baker's. Then we run the ball, not so successful. He converts on third down with another 5 yard pass, getting it out to the running back, only for the whole offense to open up and take shape. From then on, all of Patriots Nation watching this game no longer has to turn a blind eye or shield their children's eyes from this horrible fucking football game. Instead, they use their children as human meat shields and expose them closer to the TV to see what greatness looks like as all of Patriots Nations gathers together. Joe Milton absolutely fucking brought it. And when I tell you I had delusions of grandeur of what his debut would look like, wasn't this good. I had unbelievable expectations. It wasn't this good. On his first drive, he has that Cam Newton-esque scramble right, makes 46 miss, cuts it back against the grain, losing two guys. 46 is fucking useless. He definitely got cut. There's no way he's still on the Panthers roster as Joe Milton legs it for a 10-yard first down. Just glorious. Like truly, that's what I'm looking for. Sheer dominance where, yes, he's playing third string guys. But the point is, if you're a good fucking football player, you dominate those guys, and it translates to regular season play against starters. We saw Ramondre Stevenson tear up the fucking preseason, and I didn't hear any of you guys go, well, he's playing shitty defense. No, he's still scoring, he's still dominating, and that's what Joe Milton did. And don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that beautiful 38-yard snipe to Jaquay Jackson. Just an absolute seed, what we've all been looking for. Joe Milton gets a snap, looks back, looks off the safety with a very weak, could have sold it better, pump fake, only to find Jaquay streaking down the sideline for the only exciting fucking touchdown of the game. Patriots Nation rejoices. We all have our future quarterback. We all hold hands and hum. It was great. So good.
Okay. Al, because you can't reason with a man like this. You can't
You
talk to
can't.
him.
You just
What do
you
you
can't.
mean? Okay,
Wait
first
a
of
minute.
all,
Is
there's
this
no
how
way
you
you guys
feel
weren't.
when I talk about Bryce Behringer?
No, because you're not as obnoxious about it. You're just like,
No,
oh,
it's not
what's
even
the hang
obnoxious.
times? Liam just goes into these full, just like you said, it's like a soliloquy. It's like a dialogue, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting
But
for the
or you
point,
could
and it never
listen,
gets
and
there.
maybe instead of just putting your blinders on, you could perhaps listen and have your opinion swayed. But
No,
instead, you shut me out, and you wait for me to stop talking.
we shut
Silence
you
me.
out. We shut. Do you want to know why we shut you out? Do you want to know why? Do you really want to know why?
Come on, don't.
I can't imagine why.
Mike, do you want to tell him or do you want me to tell him?
You
One of
tell
you
him
tell
because
me.
I don't. He's my friend. I don't like to.
Well,
Actually,
listen,
he
Liam's my
is an
friend too.
Eagles
Love
fan,
the
so
kid to death,
say it.
Yeah,
but
he's
listen,
pretty all right.
listen. The reason that we ignore you half the time is because you never say anything bad about the guys you like.
There was
You
nothing
can
bad to say. He had an
The 38-yard
exorbitantly
touchdown
perfect
pass, he
game.
didn't even lead the receiver. The ball was behind Jackson. He
It
made a good
was.
play.
It was. I'm not saying it
Yes.
was a
Everyone
perfect
talks
pass.
about
The
that
ball
play,
got
by the
there.
way.
The
Like
ball
it
got
was.
there.
People talk about like it's this crazy. Listen, he did well. He saw the break. He saw the broken coverage. Like for
Yeah.
people who don't
He
know,
did.
First of
Joe
all,
Milton
he
threw a
looked off the
touchdown down the
safety,
left
which is a
side.
pro move. Looking off the safety to get a wide open man on the far hash is
Yeah,
actually
because
a
the
pretty
corner
good move.
stopped covering. Yeah, but
So
you know
that's
what?
But he had over the top safety help, and he
True.
looked the safe. That's
No,
that's
true.
that's
And
Yes.
a good
that
quarterback
was a
move.
good play.
It was a
My
great. It
thing,
was a great read, like Mike said. Great
awesome.
read. Not a greatly thrown ball, but it did the job, and you got a touchdown. It was
That
It's a
was
pretty
fine.
good ball.
My issue is it's
That's
people who I know that Liam, you are being a little facetious with the holding our hands and
Really?
humming and coming and
Yes.
Joe Milton and everything. But like
Excuse me.
I think we can I've literally seen people, these moronic fans were calling into local radio saying that Joe Milton is the guy and Drake May. We made a mistake with the pick and whatever. And you may think the Patriots made a mistake drafting Drake May. That's fine. Do not bring Joe Milton into the situation saying that like you shouldn't have drafted him. You had this diamond in the rough. You know, there's never been a late round draft pick, 6th round pick take over the starting quarterback position. Oh, wait, there has. Joe Milton is not Tom Brady, and Drake May
No,
is
that's
not
not what
Drew
I'm saying.
Bledsoe. All
No, that's
I'm
not what I'm
saying,
saying.
all I am saying is that you are, when you're getting stats in any sport, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, anything where it's like there's a minimum of how many snaps, shots, rebounds,
Yeah.
whatever. The people saying that Joe Milton better than Drake May, he's outperformed him, all that. Joe Milton had 10 times the snaps Drake May did. So you can't
He did.
compare them. That's all I'm saying. Joe Milton, to me, showed he full well deserves a spot on this team. 100%. Whether it's the third quarterback that doesn't play, whether assuming, like, let's just say that Drake May wins the job or whatever, I'd be fine with Joe Milton playing over Jacoby Brissett or jumping up in the depth chart. I don't care. But I don't think that this one game showed Joe Milton is this guy. That run, that broken play where there were like 3 missed tackles.
That run was
awesome.
sick.
It was awesome. I equate that to the Marion Barber play against the Patriots a long time ago. You guys remember when he was on the Cowboys? When
it was sick.
But he broke a bunch of tackles. He should have been tackled for a loss. That's what happened with Joe Milton. It was a nice play. They didn't even touch Joe Milton. He has it. Yes, they did. He has a big arm. He does backflips and he can throw real far and he's fast.
And by the way,
he is Malik Cunningham 2.0.
Thank you. Yep, that's just what I was about to say. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sorry, I didn't mean
I'm watching the highlight now. They touched Joe Milton once. It was
Twice.
like a reached arm. And now
okay, but I'm watching it. Here's the point. Last year, Game 1, preseason. I believe it was against, I think it was against Houston, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, it
But
was.
didn't Malik Cunningham kind of wow
You
us
already
all
know.
with his speed and everything? He doesn't have
With
the
his
arm
speed,
talent.
yeah,
He
he
doesn't have
couldn't
the
complete
arm
a
talent
pass.
of Joe Milton. I'll give him that. I don't
No.
think if you tell me to choose between two of them arm wise, I'm taking Joe Milton 10
Of
out of 10
course.
times.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
again, it's the wow factor. It's the oh my gosh, the dual threat. Oh my goodness, look at this guy that's big and he can, throw the ball 100 miles an hour and he can do backflips and he can scramble out of
Yeah.
a mess and everything else. It's exciting to watch, but
How many
again,
backflips can Drake May do?
you look at
We don't know.
just the pureness of the position as far as making reads, hitting guys in stride and everything. That's where Joe Milton needs to improve. And when I get into my training camp thoughts, you're going to hear a little bit about that.
He
Yes.
had plenty of completed passes where he put
No,
it
he
on the
did.
money and he hit his guys
He
in
had a
stride.
good game. He had the showing that tells you he should be on the team.
Yeah.
That's what I can say about it. We'll see what happens if he keeps building on this and he looks great throughout all practices, training camp, everything. I'm open to having a conversation about Joe Milton being the quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
Not right now. Not right now.
Yeah. When the Patriots first draft, I almost said we, like we're a part of the Patriots. When the Patriots
Oh, I
first
say
drafted Joe
it's
Milton,
it's
yeah, it is we. So when we drafted Joe Milton, I was obviously enamored with him before the draft, and we had that talk where I kind of sniped it, and I was like, we should get this guy. But then when they drafted him, I was like, oh fuck yeah! So I have some friends who went to the University of Tennessee, so I text like four of them, and I was like, hey, like, what's up with this Joe Milton guy? And they kind of all gave me the same spiel. One of them was hilarious. It was he's like, he's awesome. He goes, if you want him to throw 80 yards, he'll throw 80 yards. He's like, if you want him to throw 10 yards, he's going to throw 80 yards. And I was like, excellent. I was like, that's
Love
the
it.
kind of guy I want on
Love it.
my team. I was like, that's fine. Overcomplicate it. I don't care. I don't care if the ball is a little behind the receiver. He fucking threaded that thing. I can't believe it didn't take the
Mhm.
receiver's fingers off and it got there and it was a touchdown. I'm not super hung up on ball placement at the moment.
No, me neither. It was a good throw. He had a good showing. Joe Milton deserves a spot on the team over Bailey Zappi. I think
Yeah.
regardless how you feel about the quarterback situation, we can all agree on that.
And also, who the fuck is Jaquay Jackson?
Yeah, no one. He won't be on the team. He'll be practice squad. He'll get picked up by like the Browns or something.
Probably.
But okay, do you guys have any other thoughts on that first game before we move on to Al's training camp thoughts? Because Al did attend training camp today. He didn't play or practice, but he was there as a spectator. So do you guys have any thoughts on the game before we move on?
Just a PSA. You guys better hope Joe Milton sucks in the next game because if he has another good game with another touchdown, I'm going to come on here with full fury.
And if he throws two picks, well, he's not going to throw two picks because they're not. Well, he might. I don't know. If he has a shitty game, I expect the same gusto.
It will. It will. I will come on
Okay.
here and defend him to my dying breath.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. That's fine. Nothing else. Nothing else on game one.
Just
Preseason
the
game
defense.
one?
The defense looked really good. Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
I'm just saying, like even the third stringers were being aggressive and getting after the quarterback and everything else. And by the way, for the people that say that the Patriots aren't better than Carolina, I hope they realize in that game just how much of a mess Carolina is because they got
Yeah,
a
they look
lot
fucking
to clean up.
terrible.
That is a wild take. Like to say, like I understand that the Patriots have been kind of the laughing stock the last couple of years. Mac Jones, great, plays bad. His real name's McCorkle. Like he's not. Everything's been kind of bad. But like to act like they don't have a top 5 defense and a promising young offense, that I wouldn't put the. I would probably put 5 or 6 teams below them. Can't think of them off the top of my head, but that's just, it feels right. Yeah, they look great. The defense, I mean, looked great. I'm not worried about them. But yeah, that was a nice thing to see. Anything else? Game one.
Let's move on.
Good.
Although, did you guys know Jordan Matthews is still in the league? He was on the Panthers.
You
Did
could
not
have
know
told
that.
me he was dead, and I would have said, "Damn."
For a while in my Eagles loving career, I would have wished he's dead, but more power to him for sticking around.
Is he on your list? I don't think he's on your list.
No,
No,
I
he's
don't
on
like
your
Jordan.
list.
No, he's not. Don't put him on there. I don't love Jordan
I
Matthews.
know, but
I
I know,
fucking
yeah.
hated him for a while.
No, I know. Okay. Al, you went to
Yes.
To training camp.
Yes, I did.
Take us thoughts, anything you want to talk about, anything you saw, anyone say any bad words like Jaron Duran. What happened?
Oh, man.
Awesome.
I know you. Yeah. Yep.
I can tell you some stories too. I can tell you a combination of stories, everything else.
Right on.
Al, I have nowhere to be tonight. MasterChef is not on tonight, so I am good to go, sir.
All
Wrestling
right.
is on though, so I gotta watch that.
Okay. So as far as training camp was concerned, it was a really good day for the offense, especially. Jacoby Brissett had a nice touchdown pass to Jalen Reagor. Drake May hit Jalen Polk a couple times for some really good games. He also hit Javon Baker for a touchdown in 7-on-7, so he looked really good. A couple of cool things. I got a couple acknowledgments from Patriots players, which was kind of cool. We were in the front row and yelled out a couple things. Jacoby Brissett gave me a thumbs up, which was kind of cool.
Right. What'd you yell out?
Welcome back, Jacoby.
Who'd you
Nice.
go with, by the way?
I went with former Tuck Rule Takes guest Matty Burnett.
Yep.
And
Congrats, by the way, to Matty B.
Four.
Congrats to him on
Yes,
getting
congrats on
engaged.
Yes.
Oh.
I am trying to extend the olive branch, dude. Like that's my. I'm gonna clip this. No, you're gonna clip. I'm gonna clip this. Send it to you, and you send it to him. Congratulations, love, life, happiness.
Oh, I told him today. I'm like, listen, when you guys sit down in a room together, you guys are gonna get along fine, and it's gonna be all good. Like you guys are gonna be fine. You're gonna unblock each other. He's gonna unblock you, and then it's gonna be kumbaya from there.
All part of my plan.
Yeah, and then I took the same kid I took last year, who was a kid I taught for like 3 years, and he's a big football kid.
I remember you talking about him. Yep.
Yeah, and he's actually taller than me, and he's almost as tall as Matty. He's shot up like a weed. But brought him too, and it was a good time. We actually got the long snappers autograph, and I'll give you
Cardona?
I'll give you a buck if you can tell me who the
the guy they signed for. Who did they just cut? Oh my god! Oh, they just signed him after they cut that last guy. Oh fuck!
I'll just for the sake of time. His name is Tucker Addington.
And I can only think of Joe Cardona. That's all I could think of.
I know. We were just yelling like Tucker, and he came over, signed autographs. It was cool. There was a kid there that was, like he was really excited to be there. It was like a 12, 13-year-old kid. And Demario Douglas actually gave him, I think it was like, I forget exactly what he gave him. I think it was like one of his like footballs or something. And Kendrick Bourne got Demario Douglas's receiving gloves and gave it to the kid too. So that was a cool moment.
Damn.
That was a cool. Getting the gloves. That's a cool one.
That was a cool moment.
You build fans. It's how you build fans.
Exactly.
How you do it.
Just a couple other actual highlights, like feel good stories are great, but I want to actually get into a little bit. Bryce Behringer actually looked pretty good.
Just had to get him going.
Had to give him his moment.
Good, dude. He is what you want Joe Milton to be.
Yes. Speaking of Joe Milton, the quarterbacks, I'm going to go over each quarterback and what I kind of thought really fast. Jacoby Brissett, clear number one, seems to have command of the offense. Actually had, again, another pretty good day, and he's been stacking really good days in practice. So it's very clear in a way Jacoby Brissett's going to be the starting quarterback in Cincinnati on September 8th. Drake May, another really good day, just looks confident. The footwork looks better. So it looks cleaned up. It looks like it's actually, I don't want to say organized because that's not the right word, but it just doesn't look sloppy, which is good. Sets himself, the ball flies out of his hand. It's just a quick flick of the wrist, and it gets the receivers quick. A lot quicker than I thought. Bailey Zappi just looks terrible in everything he does.
Oh, Jesus.
And he just when he rolls out, it looks like he's in slow motion. The arm strength just doesn't look good. I want him off this team so fast. And then Joe Milton, how do I describe Joe Milton? Joe Milton was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Joe Milton had his moments where there was one moment where they were doing a drill where they were faking like they had evaded a sack and then rolled out to the left and then tried to make the throw on the run. And it's a clip that you can look at on Twitter. Mike, you can see it. But he misses the target by 2-3 yards. Then he does a somersault, and then he kind of claps his hands in frustration.
I saw that. Yep.
So that was like, and then he had a pass to, I think it was Tyquan Thornton that just went off his hands. That was Drake May. But Joe Milton had another pass that didn't look great. But then again, He's throwing the ball 50 yards and hitting it off the crossbar. He's scrambling out, making some decent plays. So again, it was an up and down day for Joe Milton. I thought he was probably the third best quarterback, which again is what we think it is. But overall, if you're a Patriots fan and you listen to this and you live in the Massachusetts area or just the New England area in general, highly suggest you take a day, go to camp, and obviously there's great restaurants, and you can for $5 you can go on the light tower, so the new light tower that
Oh,
they have
damn.
at Gillette.
No shit for
That
$5.
thing's crazy high.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie. I got the case of heights. Like
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
been afraid of heights as a kid, but this was scary. This was like,
Yeah.
There's a difference. Like, dude, you're going up on a light tower. Like, I get that. I'm not like, neither am I, but I still get scared at like high ass things a little bit.
oh
Like,
yeah,
your balls tense up a little bit.
I know. And Matty Burnett is just
like
like,
that.
because he's done it before. He's up there. He's having a great time. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah, get me out of here.
Just gripping the railing, like, yeah, okay.
Oh, I
get
was,
me down, get me down.
my heart was beating so fast. Like I had to like calm myself down.
Is
And
there
then
an
I was,
elevator up there? Do you walk all those
we took an
stairs?
elevator. Yeah, you take an elevator up. But
There better be a fucking elevator.
yeah, I would not walk up those stairs.
Marching
Yeah, what
my
was I
old
asking?
ass
No
up
way
there.
Matty B's making it to the top of the stairs.
That's just mean. But
What?
Neither would I.
but
Neither would I.
yes,
Me and
No,
Maddie,
of
same
course not.
boat.
It has nothing to do with.
I know what you mean.
Al,
I
what
gotcha.
else? What else do you want to say about training camp other than the QBs?
No, other than that, I mean, it's going to be interesting tomorrow to see what happens in the Eagles joint practices, especially
You
going up
going to
against
that
that.
one?
No, I'm not going to go to that one.
Okay.
But it is going to be interesting to see how the Patriots go up against that Eagles defensive line, that Eagles secondary. Like their defense is pretty legit. So if Drake May has a really good day, if Jacoby Brissett has a good day, then we'll really see that this offense has gone forward. But overall, I think it just a good day for the offense. And honestly, the defense played pretty well too. It was probably like 51-49 in favor of the offense, but it's encouraging to see. Put it that way.
All right. I
On
mean,
Thursday, I'll be able to
that's
give
it.
you guys a full in-person lowdown because I'm going to the game.
Oh, nice. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, best believe.
Of course you are. Yeah, no, okay, that's promising because I'm sure you guys heard Gerard Mayo's quotes before because they asked him basically about why, the defense is playing so much better than the offense and training camp, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, normally the defense will outplay the offense in camp. And then like the next day, the offense kind of had the defense's number. So we had to kind of walk that back. But I don't really care who looks better in camp, whether it's our offense or our defense, because
We win
it's
either
a
way.
win either way. Yeah. Like I don't, it is what it is. There's some days where the offense is going to win. The thing I like the most about this though, Al, because you're kind of echoing what a lot of the reporters and fans who are there are saying as well, where the offense does look better. We didn't hear this shit the last like 2-3 years. Not
Right.
that we're hearing that like the offense is they're gonna be, the 07 Pats. No. But it's just they look competent. What have we been saying the last couple of years, guys? Just give us a goddamn competent offense. That's it. That's all we want. So it seems like that's where it's going, which is nice. Regardless of who's in their quarterback, I am still sticking on my Drake May starting week 1. I do not think I'm going to be correct, but I got to go down with my
Certainly
shit.
not.
So
Good man. Did you guys know JaMychal Hasty was on this team too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. When I saw him in the game, I was like, whoa, no way. Dude's a
no
speedster.
shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had him in
Shit.
fantasy like 2 years
Look at
ago.
us
He's
go.
big balling. Yeah. I was like,
Um,
just stockpiling running backs. And we got a very short Antonio Gibson sighting.
Yeah, Antonio
Yep.
Gibson, I'm happy about. I know that Drake May kind of dropped it in a bucket to him. He bobbled it. Bentley picked it off. Whatever. It is what it is. Like I saw someone today, guys, and this kind of the dude tried to like go back and forth with me on Twitter. Because he said that this is what happens when Drake May plays with, replacements, this and that, whatever. I'm like, wait, first of all, Antonio Gibson 100% has a pretty solidified role on this team.
Yes.
He's a backup running back if need be, but he's your pass catching back. So
Yeah,
like
he started last year,
right.
so shut the fuck up.
sometimes players just bobble balls. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just people are, I don't know, the commentary around this team frustrates me because it's always all in or not. It's black and white.
Yeah.
There's no gray area. It's sky is falling or this is the best we've ever seen. So
Right.
Al, anything else from training camp that you saw today? Anything else you wanted to bring up?
Let me see. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Because I mean, like the offense being alive is the main thing I wanted to know. But I didn't know if you had
Yeah.
anything else going.
No Hunter Henry. So that was
Saw that.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
going to be something to keep an eye on. Not a lot of Ramondre Stevenson today. Didn't see a lot of
Bro, keep them both out as far as I'm
Yeah, keep
concerned,
him
man.
fresh.
Those to me, other than, I mean, honestly, now that you think about it, those might be your number 1 and 2 most important parts of the offense. When it
Scoring
comes to like
leaders right there.
weapons.
Right.
Yeah,
A
you
lot
can't,
of
if they're hurt, you're done.
true. A lot of false starts too by the offense. That's the one downside
Ooh.
of the offense today. A lot of penalties, a lot of dumb mistakes.
Not Patriot at all.
I know this is probably one of their worst days when it came to actual discipline in training camp. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, again, a pretty solid day besides, some mistakes here and there. I don't know if you guys know this too. They actually, so when, do you guys remember, Liam, you'll remember this because you obviously came to camp with me. Do you remember when Patriots would make a mistake, they had to run around the whole field?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
What do they do?
What they do now is they run to the other goalpost. So like if they're on the left side of the field and they make a mistake, they have the whole team run around the goalpost all the way to the right and then come back.
Wow. That is way less conditioning.
At least you're still running. It is what it is.
Exactly. So
it is what it is.
But yeah, that's it from training camp.
Soft.
We have Liam. I know you're only happy when we bring up the Eagles or Joe Milton or Cam Newton. God forbid. We're never going to talk about him again.
I mean, no, because Joe Milton looks strikingly like
there is one person.
We're going to get prime Cam Newton in New England, whether you like it or not.
I shouldn't even have mentioned it. There's one person we're going to talk about. Addition by subtraction, as they say. Guys, the receiver room is one body fewer.
Dude, if it wasn't a Monday, I would have brought champagne.
After he, I believe, did he just sign an extension? No, that was Devontae Parker who did. JuJu Smith-Schuster, his dick showing on Snapchat ass is gone. If I had the round of applause button, I would hit it. Maybe I'll put it in. What do they say? Fix it in post. Maybe I'll put it in then. JuJu's gone. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it because I don't think we need to spend any more time on it. Al, you and I have never been more wrong. I think that is a top 5 thing that we've been wrong about.
Yes,
JuJu gone. Thank goodness. There really, other than our personal emotions for it, there was no spot for him on this team. Right?
Yeah, not even our personal emotions, because it's not like we had any unwarranted vitriol toward the guy. He sucked. He fucking blew, and everyone in New England hated him. Everywhere, from the very tip of Maine to the end of Connecticut, I guess. Yeah, it would still be
in Rhode Island too. They hate him.
Everyone fucking hates him. Even those weirdos that live out on Block Island off Rhode Island, those freaks that probably don't even have a TV, they hate JuJu. No. Yeah. Dude, he just sucked. Thank fucking God he's gone. I really it's very callous for me to wish unemployment on somebody. I hope he never gets a job. Ever. Ever.
Liam had one bad season of fandom, and now he's good again. It's crazy. But as far as JuJu's concerned, the writing was on the wall, and obviously he still has a problem with that knee, and no one's talking about it. He still can't get separation. He still looks uncomfortable running routes and everything else. And you know what? Look at the wide receivers you have: Pop Douglas, Javon Baker, Jalen Polk. KJ Osborne, Kendrick Bourne, and he should be hopefully back for, week 1. So you have enough receivers there. Again, I said this earlier, Jalen Reagor's probably going to be, a little bit wide receiver, but mostly special teams. And then you can have Kayshon Boutte if you want, Tyquan Thornton. There was no room for JuJu. The thing that sucks is you have to eat $9.6 million.
Worth it.
And it's a loss because
I would have paid that out of my pocket.
Because Jacoby Myers should have gotten that money, but here we are.
Yeah, true. I don't want to go back to the Jacoby Myers thing though. it is what it is. People I saw people clowning because there was the certain group on social media where it was, oh, Belichick signed this guy, blah blah blah. Then there was the group where, well, it was actually Wolf in the front office that wanted him. Guys, I don't care. People miss on players all the time. They went with JuJu. They didn't want to pay Jacoby Myers. I do not care. if Juju produced, no one would give a shit. But he just
Yeah.
didn't. Injuries, whatever you want to call it, he didn't
Because he
produce.
sucked when he came in.
It is what, dude. It is what it. That whole Steelers team from Antonio Brown, him going, Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, like that needs to be like. What did they say? That needs to be studied. That like there, Martavius Bryant. Well,
that
he
downfall needs to be studied.
But yeah, I don't. It is what it is. Juju's gone. I don't want to spend any more time on him.
I do. Oh, dude, it's glorious. We're free,
dude.
Like,
this is awesome. It's awesome.
It is. It's incredible, and like, because he got cut after the preseason game. Like, I saw him suit up for the preseason game, and it's like,
he played
like 4
snaps.
He was with the first team. Like he was with Osborne and Polk, I think, or something like that.
Giving him a chance. They were giving him a chance, I think. They were like, listen,
they tried,
but he didn't.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, like you've been in the league for 11 or some odd years, 12 years, and they're like, you're playing the Panthers in the preseason first game. Go out there and do something. And like he's just completely useless. Couldn't get separation last year in the regular season, and now it's very fitting. Like his last game, like the easiest fucking thing in the world. You're playing the worst team from last year in the first preseason game. They're not even going to try, and you can't record a stat. I don't even think he recorded a block. Like he's just completely and utterly useless.
Yeah, that was a swing and a miss, but he's gone. So yeah, bye.
Yes.
Good riddance. See you later.
God, dude.
Have fun. I hope Carolina picks you up. Another receiver, not on the team, but this was a fun one. Brandon Aiyuk. Patriots were going after him, as we know. Of course, an hour after we recorded last week, came out that the Patriots were no longer in the sweepstakes for Aiyuk.
Made the last half hour of our last episode completely useless.
Always, and I made sure to put on everywhere I posted. This was pre-report the Patriots pulled out. But the reasoning, because I guess the Patriots offered him about $32 million a year, right around there. No one knows guaranteed money, whatever it is, but 32. They were far and away the highest bidder for him. He didn't want to play with our quarterback situation, which on the surface looks fine. Eternal backup in Jacoby Brissett, not exciting. Drake May, a third-round pick, potential, but like, do you really want to burn the first couple of years of your new contract on potential? I don't know. And then what if Drake May doesn't work out? What, you got Joe Milton? Loser.
That's actually exactly.
I'm just kidding.
Deep thrower, deep threat makes.
But then you look deep throw. But then you look, and it's like the team he wants to go to, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are trotting out there the corpse of Russell Wilson. And Justin Fields, who couldn't even make it on the Bears. Not that the Bears are good, but they're so bad that if the Bears don't want you, buddy. Like, and I understand
Fields looked terrible in the first preseason game too.
No one on that team looks good. And I think this just shows that the players don't see it. Some players don't quite see it like how we do. They see a place they want to go, and Brandon Aiyuk might like Russell Wilson. He says, you media people are too hard on him. It's still Russell Wilson, whatever it is. The Steelers do not have a good quarterback situation either. So you would think if the Patriots are paying him this amount of money, whatever, now it's coming out where he might go back to the Niners, which would be hilarious. What do you guys think? We don't need to spend a ton of time on it. What are your thoughts on the Aiyuk thing that he doesn't want to play with our quarterbacks, but he's willing to go to the fucking Steelers?
I'm going to take this one, Liam, real quick. I think Brandon Aiyuk is an idiot. I do. I'm trying to understand here. The only thing that would make sense and make me think otherwise is if he used New England and Cleveland and Pittsburgh as leverage to try to get San Francisco to give him the deal he wants to stay there. Now, do I see that happening? No, I don't. And I think it was really dumb of Brandon Aiyuk to sit there and be like, what other team is going to give me $32 million a year? And you know that if it's 4 for 128, probably about 70 to 80 million of that is probably going to be guaranteed money. That's the thing. It's probably a lot of it at the least. That's what it's going to be. But then you decide you don't want to go to Cleveland because you don't want to play with Deshaun Watson or whoever. I don't.
Makes no fucking sense.
Well, he might
play with Deshaun Watson than Russell Wilson.
He might have more. He might have morals. I don't know. But you know,
couldn't be it.
Could be.
And then he wants to go to Pittsburgh, where again they don't know the quarterback situation.
It's
The quarterback
cold. It's cold
situation,
over there too, dude. You're gonna be in the cold playing
it's
with. Picture that there's gonna be a
San
bad game.
Francisco's cold.
It's gonna be 5 degrees. You're gonna lose. You're gonna get crushed by, I don't know, the Broncos or some shit. You're gonna come into the locker room. What's the first thing you're gonna see? Russell Wilson in the middle, going like this, guys. This is just what Jesus laid out for us, guys. Okay, we gotta just put our faith in the Lord. I'm gonna look at him and say, buddy, you went 4 for 20 today in the snow. That's not Jesus. You just suck. So I don't know why
Jesus to protect you from throwing another interception.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going. Sorry.
No, you're good. But again, it just doesn't make sense. The part about not wanting to play with Drake May because he's unproven, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the team you want to go to, it's not like saying, I want to go to Buffalo. I want to go to Baltimore. I want to go to Kansas City. I want to go to San Francisco. I want to go to, I want to stay in San Francisco. I want to go to Detroit. Like those teams would be like, okay, they're good and they have quarterbacks in place.
The Texans, even if you want to go to the Texans, I would understand. Why wouldn't you want to go to the Texans? Now that I think about it, like try to go there. Why do you want to go to Pittsburgh? Dude? Like he must have. And the only thing I can think of is coaching, but that's not what he said. So I don't know. Liam, what do you like? I don't know.
That was my vantage point. Now, basically, summed it up perfectly. My only other point I was going to add is maybe the coaching, but and then that you hope that maybe Justin Fields steps into it. I really don't understand. Cleveland seemed like a layup. Like it worked out for San Francisco. They were going to get Amari Cooper back, which is I fucking hate him. Obviously, he was on the Cowboys. I think his whole career is deplorable. But he was also Joe Flacco's #1 last year, so it's a huge conflict of interest for me. He was really good. Yeah, dude, it's tough.
Choice.
And to really not want to play with the Michael Jordan of football, Deshaun Watson, makes absolutely zero sense to me. You have the perfect vantage point. It's just completely clueless. Like Al said, I think the only real thing you could assume from all this is he's just trying to build leverage with San Francisco, and it was arguably the worst fucking attempt I've ever seen of trying to create your own leverage and then completely blowing your own leverage out of the water. I'm like, dog, you fucked that up every which way.
Dude, San Fran called his bluff. They said, you don't want to go to New England. So we're not this magical 32 number that they're willing to give you. We're not even fighting with that because you don't want to go there. So, okay, cool. We're not going to trade you there. That's fine. Do you want to go to Cleveland? Clearly not. They were a team that were in the mix. But like you said, Liam, it never seemed like that never came up as a place. Okay, you don't even want to go there. So, buddy, it's here at Pittsburgh. And then Pittsburgh's over there probably trying to be like, listen, man, we'll give you a 4th and that's it. And they're like, you're going to give us what we want. Otherwise, you're not getting this guy. It's like San Fran right now has all the power, all the any sort of leverage Aiyuk had, or even the Steelers might have had through Aiyuk. It's gone. So he's either going to sit out. He's going to take, I see this happen. He's going to take a 1-year pay increase, whatever. He'll be the 9th highest paid wide receiver. And then he'll hit free agency next year.
Yeah. I thought a place like Arizona made a lot of sense where they got a ton of money. They kind of sucked.
They got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, they got Marv on one side. You got Kyler who can throw the ball. There's no real glaring issues besides the fact that they sucked last year.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's just funny seeing the Aiyuk stuff. Also that he made us into a clown. Do you guys think, quick 30 seconds, do you guys think there's any chance the Patriots are still in the running for him?
No.
Somehow, dark horse team.
I think maybe moved on.
No.
Question 1B. Do you think the Titans are in the mix?
Yes, the Titans are absolutely in the mix. Of course. Very much alive.
Well, no, they probably don't want it anymore because the Patriots are out. They're like, shit.
Yeah,
Patriots are out.
Yeah,
cool. We don't want this guy anymore.
Fuck. We just don't think this is the investment for us.
All right. I think the last little bit here kind of Judon and then potentially his replacement. Then obviously we'll just quickly talk about the Philly game coming up, and then we'll go from there. If you guys had anything else as well. But Judon, not much movement on his end in talking to the team. He didn't play in the first preseason game. I don't think he would have played anyway, even if the contract thing was solidified. But came out today, a couple hours before we started recording, that teams have been calling the Patriots. And what I found interesting No report, Al, I don't know if you saw it, and since we've been recording or beforehand, no report said that the Patriots have been telling these teams no. So my question to you guys, and you can fold this into the Hassan Reddick thing as well, where Hassan Reddick, the Eagles, he requested a trade from the Eagles because he wasn't getting enough money.
Fucking ludicrous.
They traded him to the Jets. So the Jets, you got to think the Jets took him expecting we're going to give you some sort of pay increase. They don't do that. Now Hassan Reddick is requesting a trade from the Jets. So there's the potential of maybe him doing that. And we'll also read the thing that the Jets said too in a little bit, because the Jets released a statement too, which was the dumbest thing they could have done. You can't stop the Jets from being the Jets. You simply cannot do it. So what do you guys think of the whole Matthew Judon thing, Matt Judon situation? Then if you want, you can bring in the Reddick stuff too, or we can do that after. What do you guys want to do? But what do you think of Judon first and foremost?
Just get rid of him already. Like, that's literally all I have to say. Just lose the guy.
Unfortunately.
I'm so sick of this. Just lose him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point now where it's becoming more of a distraction. It's like Judon watch, and you just don't need it. You have too many other things that you have to worry about. A rookie head coach, a rookie quarterback, rookie receivers, a young offensive line, a good defense, even without Matthew Judon. But again, if you at this point know in your heart and your mind, if you're Elliott Wolf, that you're not going to extend him, then find a trade partner, get a draft pick, and just be done with this situation. Yeah. Be done with it. The three of us love Matthew Judon and have loved Matthew Judon since the day he signed here.
Yeah.
But, and listen, he's a fan favorite. All the kids love him. Everybody loves Matthew Judon, but it's time to rip the Band-Aid off, and it's time to just accept that he's not going to be a part of this future. Now, if he magically signs an extension in a couple days, I have the right to take this back. But
we'll all flip our opinion by all means.
Something will happen because we're talking about it. So something will happen tonight or tomorrow, and we'll
minutes,
we'll have egg on our face. Yeah.
And dude, it's just such a distraction. Like, if it wasn't for Hassan Reddick coming out and demanding a trade, and then the Jets coming out with their ludicrous statement, Judon would be like the number one distraction of any team in the league.
Matthew Judon traded to the Los Angeles Rams for a third-round pick, according to Adam Schefter.
I know you're
full of shit. You cunt. Don't do that to me.
Okay, because I was about to look. So I was like, you're
because the Rams, I believe it. The Rams don't pick.
The Rams would do it. The Rams would do it.
They just trade everyone.
Exactly.
The Rams would do it.
That was a false alarm for anybody listening. False alarm.
Was mean.
Yeah,
I'm gonna clip that and post it after this episode.
Don't
breaking
do
news. I am 100%. Just like you said, dude, it's turned into a distraction, and I know. Got to go all the way back. I'm not even going to go back to run it, but he said he wasn't going to hold out, and then Al, remember you said that he was holding in because that was kind of what he said. It's kind of the same thing, but not. He's being a little bit of a distraction. You're showing up your first year head coach with your demonstrative whatever. The thing is, I look at this and I know that some of this is coming out to paint him as the bad guy. I understand that, so I'm trying to look through it, just looking at it on the surface, without any of the report. I don't care. They've offered him a deal. I doubt they have. I feel like it's a stalemate right now. Matt Judon knows. He's not stupid. He knows that he is a distraction right now. In my eyes, you get rid of him. And it sucks. Yeah. But this would be such a... I don't know if a power move is the right word, but I just think if they were to trade him and bring in Hassan Reddick, I think that would do good, but I'll see now, devil's advocate, the fans would be pissed because they'd be like, well, if you're going to pay another guy, why not just pay him? Matthew Judon's 32. Hassan Reddick is 29. That's 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. You can't do math. Al, you're the math guy. That's great. Their stats, by the way, are very similar. Tackles, I know that Judon had a few more in the last year that he played fully healthy, which is 2022, because to remind you, he only played 6 or 7 games last year because he had a major injury.
Not even 3.5.
As a 32-year-old defensive end, he's coming at the end of his thing there. So if you want to sign someone else, this would be the thing. I do want to just to continue this conversation. So Hassan Reddick came out. It was, he's formally requested a trade, right? Everybody was like, holy shit, big guy, whatever. So what do the Jets do? You would think, gentlemen, if you're the Jets, you get in touch with his agent. Maybe you contact him. Maybe you have one of your players who are close to him, not from the team because he hasn't played a snap for the Jets, but just maybe throughout friendships.
Reach out to the Eagles. Yeah.
You reach out. Yeah, something like that. What did the Jets do? GM Joe Douglas puts out this report. I want to say less than an hour after or maybe an hour after Hassan Reddick requested a trade. This is the report the Jets put out on their official Twitter. That's what I'm reading it off of. Quote, we have informed Hassan that we will not trade him, that he is expected to be here with his teammates, and that he will continue to be fined per the CBA if he does not report. Since the trade discussions back in March, we have been clear, direct, and consistent with our position. Our focus will remain on the guys we have here as we prepare for the regular season. Gentlemen, I don't know if there's much of a worse way that you could handle this, other than maybe having a video of Joe Douglas saying that. Do you know what you don't do with your newly brought in star? You try to go to fucking combat with him through quotes and through social media posts. You don't do that. You try to reach out privately. We all know this is how you feel, obviously. And I guess it came out when he was in his introductory press conference. Hassan Reddick was like, I'm here. We're going to figure that out. I'm ready to play. I'm going to give it my all. But at some point in this relationship, he probably looked up at the stadium one day and said, wait a minute, that's the Jets. Do I want to be here with a quarterback that's more interested in political takes and more interested in ayahuasca with a team that has a history of somehow fucking up their situations? Do I want to just go out on the field and potentially injure myself and not have a deal in place? Let's revisit this. So anyone looking at him as the bad guy, I can see it, but do a little bit more digging. This is the Jets. You should not trust any NFL management, to be honest with you, and you definitely shouldn't trust the Jets. This is crazy. The fact that he came out and said that Joe Douglas said they're not going to trade him. So now, so you've officially set in stone your point in public. So now you would think that they want to stand in that to not look like, backtracking little babies and be like, oh, we're actually going to concede to the player. So where we stand right now, Hassan Reddick, 16 sacks in 2022, 11 last year. He doesn't want to play for you. He has requested a trade, and you've said you don't want. At least do the San Francisco 49ers thing and let him explore some shit and see what you can do. Yeah. The Jets are always going to jet.
Dude, it's so funny. It took him 4 months in New Jersey for him to be like, this is a shithole place. I have to get out of this horrible third world country shithole of a state called New Jersey. I cannot live here. I cannot play football here. I cannot don this disgusting green and white jersey and go out here and play it with pride. Get me out of here. It's incredible. Granted, he wanted a big deal from the Eagles. They weren't going to pay him, so they traded him. And I don't know if the Jets were like, yeah, we're trading for you. We'll pay you. Or if they just traded for him. And he was like, am I going to get my deal? And they're like, no, we just wanted you. Go out there and ball. But either way, it's a massive communication failure by the organization. And obviously Hassan's he's not acting very becomingly in this moment. He's certainly at fault a little bit here. I fucking made me hate him toward the end of his Eagles tenure, and I loved him dearly. He brought us to the Super Bowl, but he just sucked toward the end. He's just bitching.
Us. Did you hear that? Yeah, he brought us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
this son of
just
a bitch.
Bitching.
This fucking navy green Eagle dick sucker.
Evergreen.
One of these days. Oh, buddy, you wait till I see you again. I'm not going to be small then when I'm in that ass. God.
No, actually, if that's the case, you probably will be. But yeah, no, it's just a tremendous communication failure on the Jets side, and he acted very unseemly in his own right. And both parties are just complete dumpster fires. This is very entertaining from the Pats standpoint. Watching this whole thing go on to the division rival, you're like, good, fuck you. This is what you get. This is hilarious.
That's the best part. It's the Jets.
I know. The fact that the Jets is great, and they're going to go back to being irrelevant very, very soon. And it's going to be great. And
very soon.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see where Reddick ends up because the fact that he ain't playing for the Jets, and the weird thing is, he would actually fit into that defense. He would make that defense better.
Perfectly. It was a
Yeah.
great move getting him. But my only
But
thing is, how do you get him and you know that he's already requested a trade from one team? So you know he's a little surly, he's a little feisty
And he
right now. He wants
requested
his
the trade
contract.
because he wants to get paid.
You would think you would at least have some sort of you might not have a deal
Inkling.
nailed down, but some sort of like an offer to bring to, like, you would assume you want to get this done because you know that he's not afraid to request a trade.
No.
So like, let's get this done. You know how good he is. He's a young up and coming pass rusher. You want to get him done now because this is the prime of his
Do you think
career.
they were like, he just got here, like he won't request it his first year?
Honestly,
no one requests
yes.
a trade
They
their
were
first
probably
year.
like, there's no
like
way
he'll be
he's gonna
fine
get
for the first year.
No, there's no way he's going to get traded and then request another trade, right? Wrong.
yeah, no
bitch.
chance. No chance.
Nuts. Now, let me ask you guys. And I know people, I saw some people talking about this. They're like, "Oh, Patriots fans, why do you want Hassan Reddick? You know, he just requested a trade. He's being all this." Let me ask you something. Other than formally requesting a trade, what's the difference between what him and Judon are doing? Not
Absolutely
much.
nothing.
Not
He's
much.
being
Not
very
much,
forthcoming.
If anything, Judon's being more vocal than Reddick is. I haven't heard or seen any quotes from Reddick other than today where he's, requested formally a trade.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Would you seriously? He probably look. I'm telling you, he took one look around. He was like, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah, he saw all the smog and the plants shooting up,
He's
smoke
like John
into the
Travolta.
atmosphere.
He's like John Travolta, where he's just looking around, being like,
Yeah. It's like, wait, what? Am I the?
Yeah.
I'm the only. And the thing is, like you said, he's not even the only star on the defense. The defense is good. Like they have a good thing, but I can see it now. Something's going to happen with him, whether he's going to be disgruntled and he'll play, or he's going to get traded. Sauce Gardner is going to pop off at some point on social media throughout the year. He's going to be a little bitch about something, and the whole team is just going to go down the drain. I can't wait to see it. What I want to know from you guys, not if it will happen, because we don't know. Probably won't, because they're in the same division. Would you guys just straight up be like, "Hey, listen, you guys don't want him? What if we give you Judon and a fourth and a third, maybe tops, for Hassan Reddick? And then obviously you have a rework deal. You sign him for 4 years or whatever it is. Would you guys do that?" And I will tell you before you answer, obviously, he's a few years younger. Stats are all pretty much the same. They're all similar.
Yeah,
they're all within spitting distance.
He's so good.
So what do you guys think? What would you do?
Al, you got this one.
I wouldn't do that deal because it's the same situation that you'd be in before and you lose draft picks. Why are you going to put yourself in that position to potentially not have him and then he's disgruntled and going to ask for another trade? No, I don't think that's a good move at all.
He gets a new deal, then asks for a trade.
And then plus too, right? Like the Patriots could use more on the line. They could use, another maybe receiving weapon. But I would not make a trade at this point for something on defense because your defense is pretty much set. Yeah. So that's why I can't do
Very
that.
rational, reasonable take. Liam, what would you say?
I'd do it.
Me too, buddy. Get Judon.
Yeah.
I'm the Jeremy Piven meme.
The fuck out.
Get him gone. I'm sorry, Judon. Love you. See you later, man. Liam, I am sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it went through my head. Like all I saw was just us on the thing.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It honestly, when Al said the John Travolta meme earlier, it reminded me it's like Hassan Reddick pulls up to the Jets practice facility and he takes a look at it. It's like the Joe Pesci meme. He's like, "What the fuck is this piece of shit?"
That could have been honestly, that could have been it. You always think you want to go somewhere.
What the fuck is this? And then you get there,
go to up and coming team, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the grass is not greener. I gotta get out of New Jersey.
Like, well, why does it smell?
Fuck?
It just smells everywhere.
Everything smells like rotten eggs.
Which it does, by the way. The second when you're driving, I know because I just drove back from New Hampshire. Yeah. The second you get to New Jersey, because you're like, wait
sucks.
First of all, there's this turnpike that goes on for fucking 50 miles.
Ever.
and now it just stinks all the time. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is
Oh,
going
it's
on?
terrible. Yeah, I drove
Yeah,
to
no,
Myrtle Beach. It felt
dude, he's
like we
got to
were
be
in New
long.
Jersey for like 2 days. I was like,
Too long.
it was a 17-hour ride. We were in New Jersey for 2 days. It was terrible. I was
Yeah.
like, it was like being in the Twilight Zone. We passed the same landmark like 8
Yeah.
times. I'm like, we're not getting out of this state.
No, dude, you're just on a treadmill, just going and
Yeah,
going and
it's
going. You're like, this
fucking
can't be it.
awful.
We
And
have
like
to
we
get
drove
out of
by
here.
that same coal plant 16 times. We have
So
to
many
get
coal
out of
plants
here.
everywhere.
And yeah, it's awful.
Everywhere. No, but you know what, Al? I do get what you're saying though, where you don't want to give up picks or whatever. But where I see it, you're at this stalemate with Judon, and I can see it from both sides because it's like, listen, if you're gonna pay the money eventually, why not pay the guy that's here, the guy that's putting the work, the guy that the fan base loves, all that stuff. He works in the defense. Sure, why not pay him? My thing to that would be like, kind of like the fact that you were fine being a little bit of a distraction, that kind of rubs us the wrong way. But then also it's a business. Why don't we get someone who essentially is just like you, but a few years younger? And like you said, though, you are giving up picks. So I understand that you don't want to do that, which is what makes me think that Elliot Wolf won't do it because he does value picks and drafting and all that stuff. But and then also I don't know if the Jets are going to trade with the Patriots. That would be
Yeah,
crazy
interdivision
if they
trade.
did.
No.
Yeah, it seems
But the
wildly
Jets are so
unlikely.
stupid. Maybe they would.
I
I don't
wouldn't put it
know.
past him.
I wouldn't put it past them either. But I mean, it would be cool. But I think you're better off just honestly signing Judon, give him a 2-year deal. That way you can revisit at the end of at the end of this season. If you want to trade him, you can, or you can do whatever you want. Maybe give him a 2 or 3 year deal or something. But I definitely wouldn't hate it if they did sign Reddick though. But I don't know if they're going to. I don't think they're going to. But again, like I said, it'd be nice, but I don't really know. Do you guys think again? We'll probably find out in the next 24 hours because that's how it goes with us. What do you guys think is going to happen with Judon? Is he going to come here? Is he going to sign or not? Or what do you think is going on? Because it seems like now people are calling and there's no reports, like I said, saying the Patriots are turning down those trade offers. So what do you think is going to happen?
I think unfortunately what they're going to do is they're going to do the dumb thing and they're going to keep him here for the year, and then he's going to go get his money elsewhere. They're going to get nothing for him. I just got a
That would be the
bad feeling.
worst.
I got a bad feeling about this one. Elliot Wolf's done everything else right, re-signing guys that he thinks are going to be part of the next great Patriots team. And again, if you didn't think Judon was that guy, you should have traded him when he had the chance. But now I think his value keeps going down. And now with that happening, you're going to play him this year and it's just going to suck because he's going to have a decent year and then he's going to leave
Yeah,
for nothing.
I can see it.
That
I
was,
still think he's out of here. I think it's just been too much of a distraction. I can't imagine it keep him.
yeah, I'm kind of right there with you guys. It's gonna suck, but like you gotta just, I don't know, you gotta like it's gotta happen soon. You just pay him or don't pay him. Like
Right.
I don't know. And then if you do trade him, what's the return? What do you guys think you get for Matt Judon? Like I saw someone today say, I think it was, I'm not even going to say his Twitter handle because he's annoying as shit sometimes on Twitter, but he said like a 5th-round pick. I was like, someone's definitely going to give you more than a 5th-round pick. But then I looked and I was like,
If that's all you're getting,
crazy.
if
Yeah.
that's
What do
all
you
you're
guys think
getting,
you
keep
get?
him.
Okay. That's where you draw the line. So would you
Yeah,
take him
fuck yeah. Draw the
for a
line at
4th?
fourth.
I was going to say I take him for a third.
Yeah.
Okay, me too. Yeah, I would take him for a 32-year-old pass rusher. Definitely worth at least another year. Yeah, I'd take a 3rd-round pick. We've seen 3rd-round picks turn into things. We've seen 4th-round picks too and everything. But yeah, I don't think I would take
Seen 6th-round
anything.
picks.
I don't think I would take any Joe Milton. I don't think I would take anything other than worse than a 4th. And it would have to be a 4th from like a shitty team. You know what I mean? Like it couldn't be a 4th from like the Chiefs or some shit like that.
Right,
I wouldn't
yeah.
trade him to the Chiefs anyways, but
No.
you think he goes to the Rams? I could see that.
That would
I could
make
see
a
the
lot of
Rams coming
sense.
in. I could see the Rams coming in being like, yo, we'll give you a 4th and a 3rd. Sean McVay don't give a fuck about picks. I'll give you a 1st. Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll give you
Just
2
take 'em.
first. Yeah.
Just take them.
They're like, we'll give you our 1st-round pick for the next 5 years. The Patriots are like, they're
Done.
like, fine, 6. The Patriots are like, okay, I
Wasn't there
guess.
something crazy where like they didn't have a 1st-round pick for like 3 years?
Yeah,
Or
no,
some
more
shit,
than
the
that.
Rams. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Way
Okay, I
more
thought it
than
was like
that.
5 or 6
Yeah.
years or something.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Fuck them picks.
All right. Do you guys have any closing thoughts on anything we talked about moving forward before we just kind of talk about what we want to see from the Philly game? That's really all I want to talk about with the Philly game. We don't know what's going to happen. I guess it's just kind of what we want to see.
Good. Let's move into the Philly game.
Good. Okay.
Fire
Yeah,
me
that's
up.
it. So just first question, same thing we said last time. First and only question: what do you want to see in this Philly game? I'm again going to pick the low hanging fruit. You guys are willing to follow suit as well. I want to see Drake May for the whole first half. That's what I want to see. Whole first half. I don't want to see 3 or 4 series. I don't want to see a quarter. Give me the first half. Drake May. I don't care how he looks. Whole first half. Now, I will care after the game. I'm talking how he looks doesn't dictate how many snaps he gets. 2 quarters, Drake May. Let's see it, because I would assume the starters are going to play more in the third and final preseason game. So Drake May, give me that. Obviously, I want to see Bryce Behringer as well, but Drake May takes precedence here. What do you guys want to see going into this Philly game?
No.
I'm gonna hop on that, but I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be Jacoby Brissett in the first quarter, and it's probably gonna be Drake May second into the third. But still, a lot of reps, a lot of snaps, which is fine. Because Mike, I think actually the opposite for that last preseason game. I think you're not going to see anybody because it's the last preseason game, and you don't want to risk anybody getting hurt, especially with that extra week now in between. You don't want to risk it. I mean, I can see the other side being like, well, you have that extra week to heal. Yes, but don't take that chance. So in this game, let me see Drake May. Let me see him with the number 1 offensive line. Let me see him with KJ Osborne and Pop Douglas. Let's see what he can do with actual NFL talent and not 2s and 3s.
Against a good defense, too. Yeah. Because
Exactly.
Even if you're not getting the Phillies ones, the Philly has a very good defense. So,
Yes.
yeah, I agree. That's a good one. Liam, what do you want?
I'm dying to see how Saquon looks in a Birds jersey. His first appearance out there, gonna be stellar.
Of course, you would pick the Eagles as the shit you want to see.
Well,
Which, great.
no,
Don't
like,
get me
that's just-
wrong. It's going to be crazy to see.
It is
I'm
gonna be
interested in it.
crazy.
I may draft him
Yeah.
in our fantasy
Yes.
league. But, dude, what do you want to see?
yeah.
I shouldn't even have to specify.
And for the nitty gritty, like Devin
Cock.
White now on the Eagles, super sick. Want to see how he holds up at middle linebacker very early on. He's got a dope jersey number now too.
What's his number now?
45.
Hey, Pedro
That's
Martinez's
shitty.
number.
That's one of the worst football numbers. You, if a
45 is badass. That's a fullback number.
you would let an eagle fuck you. I think that's what you do. With the beak. With the beak.
The beak. That sounds
Not even
painful.
the dick. What do you want to see
Yeah.
from the Patriots in this
Oh,
Philly Eagles game? You cock.
Well, obviously a healthy dose of Joe Milton. If you want the whole first half for Drake May, give me the whole second half for Joe Milton. I do
I'm
want to see
fine with
Drake
that.
May.
If that's what they
Yeah.
want to do, I would love it.
Yeah. I do want to see Drake May. Like, give me something. Give me something to look at here. Let me evaluate him and shit on him properly.
Mhm.
I'd like to see more Antonio Gibson. Like, just even like the
Yes.
running backs rarely have an impact, but I'd like to. I always loved him. I loved him as a Redskin. I had him on my fantasy team a couple of
Yep.
times, and I'd like to see how he balls. I want to know if this Patriots preseason defense is going to go down as one of the best preseason defenses of all time because they started out really fucking good. And I wonder if that's like Carolina's super shitty or we're really good. And I'd like to see how that holds up against a real team and with a MVP quarterback and 2 great receivers and a fantastic new running back and a top tier number 1 offensive line.
I can't. We're gonna have a discussion next week. So Al, I will text you privately. We're
Yes.
gonna have a discussion with Liam about this because this cannot go any longer. But I think it's gonna be good. Defense, I'm not looking for anything from the defense. I love the defense. Show me whatever. I don't.
Show me the money.
It is. Yeah. My God. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
The
I
dumbest
love black
TikTok trend ever,
people.
but I keep
Give
asking.
me my money.
Give me the money.
God,
Give me
what the fuck is that?
Oh, you don't know?
Ridiculous.
Look at
What do
look
you-
at it. It's so
what-
stupid.
What were you guys talking about?
Oh no. So
It's a
this-
trend going on TikTok.
yeah, quick 10 seconds. It's
Oh.
this trend where
I was
like
talking about Jerry Maguire.
No, this is like the 3 of us would go, show me the money, and we'd all clap, and then Al would go, show me the money. And then you would go, show me the money. And me and Al wouldn't clap. And you'd look around, you'd expect, like, you'd be like, oh, you motherfucker. It's the dumb, it's not funny, but every time I watch it, I laugh.
It's just so,
Every time I
because it's
watch
so
that,
dumb.
it's
so
so
dumb.
stupid. It's so stupid. But yeah, all right. Final thoughts. Anything you guys want to get off your chest before we get out of here?
Nope. Oh,
Nothing.
shout out to Sports Spider, by the way.
Yes.
You mean Spider Sports? Shout out to Sports Spider. Go into wherever you're listening or watching this on, whether it's YouTube, Apple, Spotify. We got a lot of people on Spotify that listen. I need to get Spotify because I have Apple podcasts, and I don't know what you Apple people are doing, but you got to listen on that too, or just watch. I recommend YouTube, but whatever you want to do. I still haven't figured out how to get this. So depending on whether you watch on Spotify or YouTube, you'll get a different sound for the intro. So who knows? Yeah, it's great. Yeah, YouTube, you get the normal dun dun dun, the ringside one. Spotify, you get a little bit more of like a mellow hip hop type beat with a little record scratch I try to do. Yeah, but yeah, Sports Spider, go there. It's in the link. It's also on, if you go to my Twitter, mselly5433, you'll see it in there. Sports Spider, you click it, it brings you right to the NFL page. Patriots will be at the top for the first couple days that we drop. Hopefully we can kind of keep going with them and be, big part over there. So go check it out. Any other NFL team you want to get info on going into the season, go there, sportspider.com. Other than that, gentlemen, expect to hear some Matt Judon news in about an hour. But other than that, I got nothing else to give you guys. Go Patriots, except for Liam. For Liam, it is go Philly. So talk to you guys next week.